the other three will get a little bit of a jump at the start. Benjamin Nelson will not jump.
We are live here at Pocono Speedway, qualifying underway right now. As this goes on, we are live here for the Go Fast Lazy Dayz Xfinity Series here at Pocono. I actually apologize, guys. I was actually live, however, I was on Twitch, so I had to switch over real fast. Anyway, here at the 2.50 mile tricky triangle here at Pocono, take a real fast look at the weather as we watch qualifying right now. Currently 78 degrees. Wind speed 4.59 miles an hour out of the southeast. However, this is a 2.5 mile track. Track temp 103.13, and very hot and slippery. One word would sum up so far tonight: loose. That is what I've heard from multiple drivers as some of these guys are working out on track right now. You see Benjamin Nelson, last night's K&N winner, here tonight. I believe we got a total of 17 drivers making a start, 16 or 17 drivers making a start tonight, as Benjamin just posted on his first lap, 54.326. But anyway, while I'm sitting here thinking about it, I wanted to let everybody know about Delaney a little bit. She was supposed to be broadcasting with us tonight as well. However, she is under the weather and can't even speak, so hoping she gets better soon and she can join us once again here in a few days. She's been with us for a while now as far as broadcasting. She probably needs some time off as well. So, anyway, just watching some guys out on qualifying. Here's Nate Anderson in the Harpoon Designs #1 Toyota Camry. Also, I want you all to know that I'm extremely tired. I've been up since 7 o'clock this morning and been running the 24-hour Le Mans, which I thought it started earlier, and I was wrong. So, I ran about 6 or so hours by myself in that, and got more to run tonight. And we're actually sitting pretty good right now. I think 6th or 7th right now on the standings. So, hopefully, we'll do good in that, CFR, Center Force Racing, and all that good stuff. But we'll see as Nate Anderson gets into the wall. Coming off turn number 2. Here's Curtis Martin right now, currently 11th. Looks like he's going to shut his car off. Aaron Fowler out there in the 04, currently in 3rd. So, yeah, the reason why I'm saying that, guys, just bear with me as I might not have the excitement as what I normally do have. There should be plenty of excitement in this race, though. Field mileage could be an issue. That's something to be thinking of, especially here. You just never know. We've seen multiple things happen the last few weeks. Watching the 78 right now, he's got a little bit of damage on that right front. Only about a minute left here at qualifying. And here comes the 78, going to put down his first lap. Let's see what he can do. Actually, that was his second lap, I believe. 13th with 56.382. Next up, Sean Lejeune. He's only got just a few moments to get back around. We'll see if he can make it back as he works down Long Pond straightaway, get ready to hit turn number 2. And I don't know why some of these paints are not working, guys. Trading paints has been acting funny for a lot of people the last few days. So there are some paints that's not working. No idea why. It's strange. Looks like he's going to be able to make it back to the stripe, though, and get this lap counted. Looking good through turns 3. Keep you on this 7 car tonight. He's one of my favorites to do well here. We'll just have to wait and see how he does, but he's going to put out a lap 55.614, puts him up in 11th. Currently, Benjamin Nelson on the pole. We'll see if he can do it. And he will do it. Pole time for that number 46 car as he starts here tonight. Take a look real fast at our grid. It will be Benjamin Nelson in that number 46 car starting first. Christopher Fowler in the number 2, starting in the 2 spot. Starting in third, we got the 04 of Aaron Fowler. Starting in fourth alongside him in row number 2, Raymond Tollinan. Row number 5, we got Lee Bloomquist and Skylar Allen Sr. Rolling off in 6th. Rolling off in row number 4. 7th place, James Finn. Eric Borelli rolls off alongside him in that 14 Chevrolet. John Ronaldo in his Ford, alongside another Ford of Austin Marion in row number 5. Row number 6, Sean Lejeune. Nate Anderson, a Chevrolet and a Toyota. Next up, Toyota and a Chevrolet. Curtis Martin rolling off in 13th. Keep your eye on that 03. We'll see if he can do anything here tonight. And Darrell Rector will roll off in 14th. And 15th, we got Eric Minch. And there's a couple guys that did not qualify. That's why you're not seeing them on the grid here tonight. So, I'm getting ready to roll. A couple guys starting to grid up now already. So, we will get ready here at Pocono Speedway. See if we can get Benjamin Nelson down here. Hey, Benjamin, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, you won the K&N race last night, and then you come in here in the Xfinity Series. How much, did you learn about last night, and will it help you here tonight?
I learned a lot about the patience with the throttle. It seems to be very similar with this car. I need to make sure I keep tabs on the tire wear, too. I learned that last night.
You look very fast so far in practice. Tire wear, like you just said, is going to be a big issue. How much are you thinking about fuel already? Is that something that's in the back of your mind that could be an issue here as these runs go on?
Yeah, I mean, it's doubtful that we'll go caution-free, but cautions could fall anytime, so we really need to take into consideration that fuel could be an issue at any time.
All right, man, we're going to be watching you up here. Good luck, and go out there and see if you can pick up another win.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. That was Benjamin Nelson. We are rolling now. See the 04 of Aaron Fowler rolling off as well. See that 12 right there as well. It's Raymond Tollinan. See if Raymond's in here. Let's see if we can speak to Raymond. Hey, Raymond, you got a copy?
Yeah, I do.
Man, you're going to be starting in 2nd place tonight. What's it going to take for you to get up towards the front and take over this race and try to get the win?
Consecutive laps and clean racing.
I was talking to Benjamin a little bit. This could wind up being a fuel mileage race. Is fuel already creeping in the back of your mind, or are you just going to wait and see what we got here as the run goes on?
I just see what the run goes on. I usually just run with the flow.
All right, man. Good luck, and I'll be up here watching.
Yeah, thanks.
That was our top 2 guys. That was an interesting conversation there. And I just seen it. Skylar Allen will be scooting up to 4th, I believe. Yes, he will. So that picks up an extra spot there for Skylar. Good for him. James Finn starting right behind him as well, or beside him in that 60 car in 3rd. As the pace car gets ready to drop in, keep in mind, as soon as that pace car goes in, we are green. It happens really fast. So here we go, working through turn 3 and coming out of turn 3 now. And pace car is in. We are green. 75 laps underway here for Benjamin Nelson and the 12 of Raymond Tollinan side by side down this long straightaway. Fanning out, already 3 wide behind them. Make that 4 wide behind them. Done in turn 1, and it is Benjamin Nelson looking to hold off that hard charging 12. Skylar Allen now taking 3rd away now, as we are still side by side, starting to get single file here through the field a little bit. As now it looks like Nate Anderson taking a peek to the inside of the 65 of Austin Marion. as we work into the tunnel turn here at turn 2. Skylar Allen slid way up the track there. Not sure what happened there. Maybe overdrove just a little bit, or he could be falling back to wait for that big wreck to happen. We've seen a few wrecks happen here last night. Something to keep in mind as we go. You can see right here Nate Anderson now looking to go 3 wide in turn number 3. This is never a good thing, and almost slid up into him, but they stay off each other. Good job for that number 1 car on doing that. Here we come into turn 1 now. Get ready to hit Long Pond straightaway. Always fun. Side by side now. It looks like Nate looking underneath the 58 of Lee Bloomquist. And everybody going to get cleaned out of turn number 1. Yes, they will. Riding on board now with the 1 of Nate. See that 58 Ford right in front of him. We'll also take a look back, and you can see Christopher Fowler in that 2 car, that Chevrolet Camaro, starting to creep up here a little bit, running in 8th as well. Here comes Skylar Allen looking to the inside of Curtis Martin. Now this is a position battle for 9th place, side by side at the exit of turn number 3. Looks like Curtis may have the advantage at the moment, and we'll be able to get the momentum on that high side. That's something to keep an eye on here as well as we go down back into turn 1. And pretty much you are looking at Pocono. A big tricky triangle. Anything can happen. Very high speeds and very fast race cars. These guys have to in big trouble for the 04. That's going to send him into the inside wall. Aaron Fowler, that's going to end his night. Unfortunately, that would not bring a caution out for him as he resets. And we'll go back to the pits. And I told you at the beginning of the race that this track is loose. That's what I meant. Hey, Aaron. And we'll just have to continue watching that as the race goes on. We're going to see that multiple times, I believe, here tonight, unfortunately. Here comes Skylar Allen now working on the back of 03 Curtis Martin. Looking back from that 03 car. You can also see that Skylar's getting worked on as well from the 78, working in turn 1, getting ready to exit and go down the Long Pond straightaway. Who will have the run? Momentum is such a key element here. And honestly, with the banking, you would not think the high side would actually have that much grip and that much momentum out of the turns. But to be honest, especially in turn 3, I've noticed turn 2, you don't really want to run that higher line. And we can see it right there. Skylar run a little bit higher, and you see the back end 78 closed in on back of him. But for the most part, man, or for the most part, running that high line in 3, which is what you see the 60 do, he's running right below that gray strip. The 14 of Eric Borelli's really doing it good. He's actually running super high. And that's something to keep an eye on. The thing that you could do is what just happened to Curtis coming out. It's just scrape the wall a little bit. It ain't going to hurt him, but that could lead to bigger trouble later on. So that momentum, very important here at Pocono. And a good way to pass is in turn 3. That's one of the biggest passes you can actually make. Get the run out of turn 3 down the straightaway. Either try to get on the high side, but Borelli gets loose. He was running right in front of the 65 of Austin. Now he's going to fall back behind. Actually, he was running in front of James Finn. And will fall all the way back behind Austin, now back into 5th place in front of the 2 car Christopher Fowler. A little bit further back, somebody said keep it on, and here he is. That is the 7, Sean Lejeune, who had a good run last night going for him. Right now in 11th, probably just saving tires. Currently in 11th, started 11th. Nothing too special there. Up front, battle heating up for the 5th position. 14 has it, and that 2 wants it, and you're going to try to see him dive to the inside here in 1. Which line will prevail? And will the 14 let him have it? That's going to be a good question. No, 14 of Borelli's battling back strong with that outside, and you can see the momentum I'm talking about. That's the momentum that will help you get around this place. And Nate Anderson also went up to the high line. He may have noticed that at the 14 got such a big run. He may try to do that here in the next turn as well. We'll just have to wait and see. We work through the tunnel turn. Here comes the 2 now, looking for a crossover on the 14. Once again, the 14 is going to have the high line in 3. Watch for the run that he gets. You can see it right there. The run from the 14 car as long as he don't slide up too much, and he's not. But here comes the run on that outside. Right now the 2 has it in front, but the 14's going to battle back strong. He didn't get a big run as what I thought he was. Also, Curtis Martin and Skylar Allen battling out side by side as well. That is a battle for 9th place. Currently, we're watching the battle for 5th place. And it looks like Skylar will fall back behind Curtis once again. Meanwhile, the 2, Christopher Fowler slides in front of the 14 and brings Nate Anderson along with him, moves him up to 6th. So new position change. The 14 goes from 5th to 7th, and almost a little bump there. Now look here, the 1's going to try that high side here in 3, and we'll try to cross him over. Ooh, that was close. I'm not showing Benjamin Nelson a ton right now because right now he is gone as we'll hop on board a ride with the driver of the number 46 car. Watch him work this wheel. Let's be quiet for a minute as well and listen to the throttle. Right there, he's actually running the higher line and diving into the bottom. That's something a little bit unique that we haven't seen a lot of people do yet. Scares me a little bit on exit, but right now, I mean, it's working good for him as we cross for lap number 8. Now we're on 9. Watch the speed he gets going down into 1. 192 miles per hour, and he actually takes a wide arc into that. Very unique. All the way down to 138. Wow. But you can't argue with him. It works. He is running faster laps than everybody right now. 55-1 last time by. Meanwhile, Skylar Allen, as Sean Lejeune takes away 10th place. He started in 11th, moves up to 10th now, setting his sights in front of him to the 96, who the last time by, we were about the same kind of time. Skylar might be just a little bit slower at the moment. Keep an eye on that. And how about this? Watch James Finn and Ray Batalha go at it. And one thing you're seeing why that 12 is going to that inside like that and taking away the air, trying to get the draft, trying to break the draft. It ain't going to help him too much because here comes James Finn looking to take second at the exit of turn 1. They're going to be drag racing down here at Long Pond straight away. And it looks like the 60 will pull out in front and will take second spot away from that 12 car. Very impressive move right now from the 60. Curtis Martin may have a little bit of trouble here. Did he just get loose, or I don't see no damage? But here comes the 7 looking to pass him, and Curtis Martin hits the wall a little bit, as well as the 78 hits the wall. I don't see a ton of damage on either one of them cars, and 78 may got just a little bit more. He does got a little bit of damage on the front end. Oh, and that is the 78 you're seeing spinning in the back. And he went through the grass. Let's get a replay real fast. Looks like he's going to get a little wheel spin in turn 1. Did I cut that wall? No? Okay. That was a little strange, but Daryl Rector may have forgot where the wall was just a little bit. Not sure what happened there. Hopefully everything's okay. Raymond Collin gets back around to James Finn. Here we go. Skylar Allen now working on Curtis Martin to the inside. It's a battle for the 8th position. The 03 has it. Skylar's going to be held down just a little bit. 03 going to get a good run off turn 1, 3 wide. And it looks like we have contact. As 96 spins in the grass. Saves it, and caution will fly. And also a bunch of other guys spinning as well behind them. The 23, the 00. So this was 2 different wrecks here. We'll watch the 00 first. Actually, I think a total of 3 wrecks. There's that one. Meanwhile, you see the 23 sliding in. This is from the 23. Pretty much does the same thing. Meanwhile, we got this one that happens as well. Looks like that the 58 of Lee Blomquist came up and made a little contact there with the 96. He does get a little bit of damage on his car. But he don't have a ton. But that will bring out our first caution here at Pocono. This changes a little bit of strategy already. Lap 13 caution comes out. We get set to have our first green flag pit stops here at the Tricky Triangle. And you can see him coming down pit road. As what is going on back there behind him? I've seen a couple cars way back there. I thought there was contact way back there in the back, but maybe not. Either way, we're going to watch the race all on pit road. Here they come. Nate Anderson going to be the first one in his box. Going to take 4 fresh tires and fill her up with gas. And it looks like the 2's going to slide in his box. And Skylar Allen really sliding in his box. Missed his box. Going to have to back it up. Going to cost him about 2 seconds there. Meanwhile, it looks like the 65 will actually stay out. And actually, that's a great call by Austin to stay out. Only has 3 laps on his tires. Race off pit road does go to Benjamin Nelson, who had a stop of a 14.82, 13.68 for the 12, 13.6 for the 2. How about that stop? A 13.05 for Eric Borelli. And we'll put him in the 6th place as well when he comes out. Step away, guys, and be right back after another commercial break.
When I sat in the car, you always wonder what's it going to feel like. You know, it was my first time driving a mid-engine GT car. You know, my thoughts were, wow, this is really good for our first time in a car. I was really surprised by you're sitting low, you got the A-pillars at steep angles, the windshield's at steep angles, you can see the fender flares. I think we have a chance to win. Everything's got to go right, but I think we have a car that can win the race or be on the podium. But can you imagine how cool that would be to go back 50 years later to the year and do it?
Hi guys, I'm Scott Speed, driver of this amazing Volkswagen Beetle GRC car. And I got good news for the iRacing fam. We got this coming in. I'm currently working on it myself personally to make sure that it is as accurate as possible. With the addition of dirt and now this mean car, it is gonna be so fun. And it's gonna be available free to all the iRacing members. Personally, I can't wait to get out there and race you guys on it.
Green flag waves, we're back to racing out front. And it looks to me, as we work into turn one, we are side by side now. Nobody giving an inch, and the two's going to go wide. A little bit of damage on the side of that two. Did Benjamin Nelson get in contact with him? Don't know. Can't look at it just yet. As Raymond Tollinen takes the lead. We're going to be double file behind him pretty much all the way. Getting a little close here. Skylar Allen going to drive a little wide. This is going to be dangerous. Keeps it out of the wall. Wow, these guys are all over the place right now. They're leaning on each other really hard. Here comes Skylar Allen looking for deep run into turn number 3. Wow. No idea, but that was impressive. I don't know why he tried that, but good job, Skylar Allen. Round of applause, sir. That was awesome. Very dangerous, but good job. Meanwhile, up front, battle for second. Benjamin Nelson battling with 65 Austin Marion through the corner, and caution flies as we got a big wreck here on the back stretch, and it is the 7 and the 09 of Jeff Wupker in 13th to 14th. I have to take a look here. Oh, looks like the 7 may have hit the wall first and had nowhere to go. And then, oh, did he get turned? Oh, Skylar also involved. One more time. Alright, I want to get one more just quick look at this, because 78 drove way down and came up and turned the 7. Wow, that's a little strange. That's unfortunate for Skylar. Had nowhere to go. So what that's going to do is put us under caution once again. Alright guys, we'll take another quick break. Sorry about all the commercials, but there's not a whole lot to talk about right now under long caution flags here at Pocono. And like I said, I'm really tired, so I apologize. But we'll be right back. And if anything changes, we'll break right back in.
Hi guys, I'm Scott Speed, driver of this amazing Volkswagen Beetle GRC car. I got good news for the iRacing fam. We got this coming in. I'm currently working on it myself personally to make sure that it is as accurate as possible. With the addition of dirt and now this mean car, it is going to be so fun. And it's going to be available free to all the iRacing members. Personally, I can't wait to get out there and race you guys on it. Hi guys, I'm Scott Speed, driver of this amazing Volkswagen Beetle GRC car. I got good news for the iRacing fam. We got this coming in. I'm currently working on it myself personally to make sure that it is as accurate as possible. With the addition of dirt and now this mean car, it is going to be so fun. And it's going to be available free to all the iRacing members. Personally, I can't wait to get out there and race you guys on it.
If I don't wreck ours, holy fuck. Dude, I'm trying. That thing just busted loose.
What their name? Community, the guys that were leading the race earlier, they're on pit road too. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
They got a bent up rear wing.
Uh-oh. They were racing around Pedro's team earlier.
They're on pit road. They're pitting.
What are you doing, Tyler?
What do you mean?
You were saying uh-oh.
No, I meant like uh-oh as in like uh-oh, those guys wrecked? Question mark?
Oh. But yeah, Pedro's team looks like he destroyed their car.
Yeah, I don't...
Alright, we are back here at Pocono and about to get this race going again, doubling them up. Unfortunately, guys, looking like everybody that's in here, Skylar Allen not going to be able to finish this race, finish in 14th. Actually, he's going to probably fall back to 15th, unfortunately for him. Man, he had nowhere to go. He was fast. And it seems like, honestly, I feel so bad for that dude, or that guy. Every time he's has a fast car. He minds his business and always gets caught up in somebody else's mishap or wrecks. And I like Skyler. I got a lot of respect for him and his team, like I mentioned on here plenty of times. So unfortunately for him, you know, it ends his night early here at Pocono. I'm sure he's actually probably looking forward to getting out of this place. And I don't blame him. Michigan and places like that is where we need to be. That's going to be a fun race. So here we go. We're about to go back green. Want to remind everybody to tune in tomorrow, 7:55 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be racing the CFR Championship live from Bristol. That's going to be a fun race. 200 laps around the half-mile track. Actually, a very short race. Going to be very close to see who gets in on the Final Four for Homestead. We got one spot up pretty much for grabs, possibly 2 spots up for grabs, but one for sure that could change everything. So we'll see what happens tomorrow night at Bristol. Tune in, YouTube, at 7:55 p.m. as we wait for the pace car to drop off onto the pit road here. Remember, as soon as it does, green flag waves. It is Raymond Tollin and James Finn. Nate Anderson on that 3, and Benjamin Nelson going to be restarting back in 5th. Here we go. Pace car hits pit road, green flag waves, and a little bit of wheel spin there from that 12 car. Side by side now, as this is going to be interesting. 3 wide down the straightaway. Will James Anderson think about going for it? Yes, he will. Here we go. Into turn number 1. James Anderson takes a shallow entry. We'll slide up just a little bit. Got to be careful. 3 wide. Benjamin Nelson looking to the outside. No, not just yet. They are putting the blocks on Nelson, who is back in 5th right now. We're watching him. Here comes Nate Anderson, still looking underneath the 46 now, trying to hold off the charging 46, I guess you could say. And at the moment, slides up in front of that 46. Nate Anderson moving up. Here comes that 65 and the 03 as well. And I say that, here comes Benjamin looking to the inside of Nate Anderson. Nothing really going on up front just yet. If that lead starts to heat up, we will go straight to it. But exit of turn number 3, which line will pay off? Will it be the high momentum or will it be the low? And it looks like the one's going to run to 46 a little low. And it will give way to Nate Anderson and move him back into 4th place as we work down into turn 1. Benjamin, though, looking to try to get back up there, and he will not be able to do it just yet as he ran that low line out of turn number 1 down Long Pond straightaway. Raymond Tollin is still lead, but the lead is starting to heat up. Here comes a battle for second. The 21, Todd Cray. Haven't spoke about him all night. Looking to the inside of James Finn. Give that 21 the position number 2, as he was in a good race last night here as he finished 2nd. Meanwhile, 3 wide. To the inside, Nate Anderson, who gets loose on the bottom and going to keep it going straight. What a great save. However, is going to lose 2 spots to the 46 and 65. A little bit further back, we got the 03, the 14, and the 2 all battling each other. This is actually a battle for 7th. Curtis Martin leads that little group right here. And not for long. Here comes the 2 of Christopher Fowler. And will he be able to take it? Or will that momentum on that high line pay off? It looks like it may. The 78's getting loose as well again, as he is stopped on the... And we'll reset. That was strange. Meanwhile, up front, the battle heating up. 4 cars going for it. Raymond Tollin and Todd Cray, James Finn, Benjamin Nelson, and don't look now, but here comes that 65. Any one of these guys right now looking really racy and very fast. It seems like this is the only way to keep the 46 behind you is blocking. This is going to be a good battle into 1. Looks like Nelson takes away 3rd, maybe. I don't know. Here comes that run from that high side. It looks like 60 had to give up just a little bit. Watch the exit of turn 2 or 1, and it looks like Benjamin Nelson will move into 3rd. Now looking to the high side of Todd Cray. This is going to be a good battle. I just want to mention Raymond Tollin and James Finn both had 12 laps on their tires, so they got half the amount of tires that the other 2, and James Finn's at the wall. And it looks like he's going to be slow on the backstretch. Here's the 46 pushing the 12. This is going to be good through turns 3. Todd Cray running side by side, wanting to lead now, followed by that 46, starting to work on the back end of Todd. And we're going to have 3 wide down the straightaway here at Pocono. Watch this battle into 1. This is going to be fun. Can Benjamin Nelson get back what he had earlier? 21 give it a little slide move right there. That's going to allow a little bit of a run at the exit of 1. And it will allow him to have the run and right now the lead. As we work down the Lone Pond straightaway. And you can see jumping to the inside is that 2 of Christopher Fowler now working on James Finn a little bit further back as well. Meanwhile, up front, Benjamin Nelson takes a wider arc. We'll see. He's been running that same line for the last few laps. Every time he gets a little bit of clean air. You can see the 21 dropping way low. And watch this run the 46 gets from that. Riding on board now with Benjamin Nelson. He's going to be side by side with Todd Curry. Nelson's going to have a preferred line going into 2. Will the 21 lift? That's going to be a question. Not just yet. He's not lifting too much. Oh, this is going to be a bad exit. Wow, what a drive right now by that 21 car. He is really pushing that car hard right now. Just ran one of his fastest laps of the race just a few laps ago. Actually, the fastest lap of the race right now goes to that 21 car, but not for long. Benjamin Nelson is going to take the lead off turn number 3 and pull in front of the 21. Meanwhile, a single file all the way back through the field. Will anybody pull out a line right here? Here comes 4th place Austin Marion. Look to the inside of the 12 of Raymond Tollinen going down into turn 1. And also up front, you can see right there, here comes the 21 battling back on the inside of Benjamin Nelson. Did Nelson get the wall? Yes, he is into the wall a little bit there. Don't know if it's going to hurt him, but it is going to allow Todd Cray to get the lead. He does have a little bit of damage on that right front. And watch this. Here comes a little bump. To the inside goes Nelson. Which line will prevail? We've seen the high line mainly work here. And right now, it is the high line that has it. Here comes through the apex, the 46. Nelson gets a good run in the center. But it looks like the 21 of Todd Cray will be able to prevail and pull in front of that 46 car for now. Watch for the dive to the inside from this 46 as well, Nelson. Just want to point something out about this, guys. Our top 12, 10 of the top 12 right now are all A-class. Very impressive. Only 2 guys out not A-class. That is Todd Cray and James Finn. Todd Cray is a B-class, so that's very impressive. Oh, bump right there behind. As the 12 may have just got moved. He's going to go through the grass. Can he save it? You got to watch for that little spin. One little turn of the wheel and you're gone. And he may not be happy with that 65. Let's see. What do you guys think? One more look at it. He gets a little loose. That may have been what helped him. And the 65 gets into the back of him. Purpose? Not purpose? Did the 65 do anything wrong? Give me your opinion. Meanwhile, up front, battle for the lead still continuing. Todd Cray has it. Benjamin Nelson wants it. You got to give it up for Todd Cray. He is running a great race right now. He's doing a great job on trying to hold Benjamin back. Benjamin, one of the toughest drivers ever in Go Fast Racing League, so especially in the Xfinity series. Last time by it was Todd Cray, or actually it's Benjamin Nelson, just a little bit faster. This time by as they cross the stripe, now it will be Todd Cray with a 55.636. Benjamin Elsa with a 55.704. The only other driver close to them is in 4th, Christopher Fowler. He ran a 55.734. This battle is really heating up. This is the biggest battle on the track right now. There is a battle happening back for 7th, Raymond Tollin and Eric Borelli. We may go back to that. I'm just watching to make sure it gets a little bit closer before I do. Because right now, to the inside, as we work down into turn 3, which line will it be this time? 21 really sells it in there. And he may have sold it a little bit too much. Drag race down the front stretch. Looks like Benjamin Nelson will lead this lap. But will he be able to lead and clear the 21? Yes, he will. For now. We've seen that happen before. Twice already tonight. And Todd Craig got a good run through turns 1 and 2. Or 1. I keep getting confused because of the triangle. Started back in 16th place, currently up to 2nd. Great run so far for Todd. Times at the line, would have 14. Times at the line, last time by. Wow, 55.483 for Benjamin. The only other guy close to that, back in 4th still, Christopher Fowler, 55.584. Nobody else really that close to that. There's a couple that's a few tenths off, but every battle that's happening on the track only has like 2 cars in it, so they're really starting to space out. You can see the 2 here trying to get around on the 65. He is looking to the inside and is there side by side as we work through turn 3 and the exit. Drag race down the straightaway. Seeing a lot of drag races right now on that Alpha turn 3. That's how about it's pretty close between Todd Curry and Benjamin Nelson, almost the same identical lap time. Just looking right now, there's not really a lot of battles going on as we see the 2 now. Christopher Fowler, who we've seen be fast so far. One of the guys that may be able to have something for our top 2 is that number 2 car. Keep your eye on him. And at 65 as well. He's not exactly slow himself. And now Nate Anderson's starting to pick up a little bit of speed here as he ran a really good lap the last couple times by as well. Up front is Eric Borelli, or not up front, in 7th. James Finn in 6th, and Raymond Tollin is in 8th. You can see him in a 12 car. That's a good battle right there for the 6th. Benjamin Nelson starting to separate just a little bit now. Got about a 9/10 lead over our current 2nd place driver. You can see the distance as we will go up in our blimp and look down at the track. He works through turn number 3. That will actually put us, I believe, at halfway, I believe. Right at halfway. Next lap will be halfway. Make sure you guys check the description. Go check out Go Fast. You all can go in there, check out the point standings, everything else you want to know. The big nice web page and stuff like that there, and very good information about the Go Fast Racing League. and the Lazy Dayz Xfinity Series, and the Down to Mike's Truck Series, the K&N Series as well, Lazy Dayz K&N, as well as the Wednesday Night Dirt League that they run as well. There's a bunch of stuff on that website. Go be sure to give that a check out. See all kinds of cool stuff. Anybody out there looking for a team? If you're not wanting to join Center Forks Racing, which is my team, go check out Lazy Dayz Racing. Good group of guys. Big fan of them. You can see one of the Lazy Dayz drivers right here, Nate Anderson, starting to work on the 65 through turn 3 and 4. Starting to bunch back up a little bit towards the back right there with the 14 and 6, but right now your battle is going to be right here. We work down in turn 1. Nate Anderson trying to take that spot away, and the 65 is going to go a little wide. Will it help him get the run out though? Excuse me. Looks like Nate Anderson may have him. Riding on board with that number 1 car. He does have a nose out front, and it looks like the 65 is going to let him back out the corner a little bit and give it to the 1 for now. Coming off turn 4, there is a battle back there. You seen James Finn get a little loose. Back there for 7th. James with a good run through turn 1. And it looks like his center is not as good as the 12, and the exit's not as good either. You can see the gap is slowly stretching out there. Raymond Tollin up in 7th. Curtis Martin also starting to run down the 60 as well, just a little bit. Both of them guys last time was faster than the 12 though. We'll see if that continues, or will the 12 correct a few things. Alright guys, we're going to step away and get a couple quick commercials in, and we'll be back in time for pit stops. Should be coming up here shortly. You're watching Go Fast Racing League Lazy Dayz Xfinity Series.
When I sat in the car, you always wonder, what's it going to feel like? You know, it was my first time driving a mid-engine GT car. You know, my thoughts were, wow, this is really good for our first time in a car. I was really surprised by it. You're sitting low, you got the A-pillars at steep angles, the windshield's at steep angles, you can see the fender flares. I think we have a chance to win. Everything's got to go right, but I think we have a car that can win the race or be on the podium. But can you imagine how cool that would be to go back 50 years later to the year and do it?
back here at Pocono watching Benjamin Nelson doing Benjamin Nelson things. Currently has already 25 laps left of the 43 we ran. Let's get a mid-race summary. Go ahead and knock that out right now. We only had 2 cautions for 8 laps, 6 lead changes. Most of them was on the caution laps, so remember that. But 6 lead changes so far. 33 laps remain. Benjamin Nelson currently your leader and has led 26 laps. We can go back through the field here a little bit as well as we take a look through our field rundown. Started back in 16, Todd Cray, who is now up to second, as we watch him run a few laps here. And we're watching him right now as he works down Lone Pond straightaway. He was started 16th, a little bit further back. Christopher Fowler back in the 3rd position, started up in 2nd. Nate Anderson has not led any laps yet, but started back in 12th up to 4th. So far gained 8 positions with his fast lap of a 55.501, not bad at all. And our top 5, Austin Marion's currently running in 5th. Started back in 10th and a fast lap of a 55.413 and has 3 laps left so far on the night as we work lap number 45 now. Benjamin Nelson about to catch up here. Is that the 12? I believe it is. Yep, and the 12 has just exited pit road. So we should be expecting at least green flag stops here within the next 6 laps, 6 to 8 laps, I believe. Because if you remember right, Raymond actually stayed out on older tires. James Finn should be the one coming down next. He currently has 31 laps on his tires as he works down the Lone Pond here on the back stretch of Pocono. It's a very wide and long track in Pennsylvania. And honestly, let's just be honest, it may not seem like the most exciting track on the NASCAR circuit because the cars get so spaced out. But this is a very tough track to learn and drive on. I mean, you've seen earlier that they get spread out 3, sometimes 4 wide, especially on restarts. That's where things get really hectic. And track position is big because of the simple fact they get spread out. I mean, we're seeing now Benjamin Nelson out to a 5.8 second lead. Make that 5.9. And still, James Finn not on pit road yet. I actually thought he would be coming down. The 65's coming down and the 7, both coming down pit road. Looking to see if anybody else. Right now, nobody else coming down just yet. Everybody else spaced out a little bit for the most part. We're watching James Finn working on a lap car of the 00 of Eric Minch, who's back in 13th. 8 laps down to the leader. And 5 laps down to the 09. Here they come off turn 2. We should be seeing some more guys stop here. I figured a 60 would already hit pit road. He's on 32 lap tires. Now this actually could get him to the end, this next pit stop. And Nate Anderson's on pit road now. He just hit it. And it looks like James Finn. Caution flies. That is huge for Nate Anderson, I think. That's actually going to help him. He will not go a lap down, I don't think. But the caution will fly as it is the, I don't know who went around, the 7? I'm looking. I don't know what the caution's for. Trying to see if I look through the field here to find the caution and find out who it was. May have been the 09. No idea. But caution's going to fly here tonight as Nate Anderson. That was a great idea for the guys that pitted. They are going to have fresh tires, and there's going to be multiple drivers in front of Benjamin Nelson. Actually, you know what? A couple of these are a lap down, so that's one thing to think of as well. Nate Anderson may be the only lucky one. Nate and Austin. Maybe. We'll see. I think a couple of these guys are going to just get the waiver run as well, but we'll find out. As we watch the pace car work through Lone Pond straightaway, pits are going to be open this time. We know that Benjamin's going to come down. He's the first one right there, that number 46 car Todd Cray is second currently. We know both of them are going to come down. This will get them to the end of the race, and it will be a big time stop here. And honestly, this could be big for a couple guys. And it was the 12, by the way, that caused the caution of Raymond Tolinen. Or Tolinen, sorry. And he was back in 9th place now. So we come through turn 3. Pit road's going to be open. And here they come. Who's all going to come? Who will stay out? We know the couple of guys are staying out for sure. And Nate Anderson coming back down. I wonder why. I wonder if we got a black flag or something. That's kind of strange. So we're seeing a bunch of guys coming down. Christopher Fowler going to stay out. I think that's a smart move. Could be some two-tire stops here on some of these cars as well. As we do got one car already down and away, and he will not win the race off pit road. Todd Cray will come out second, Benjamin Nelson first, followed by the 2, the 14, the 60, the 03, and the 1. Alright guys, we're going to take our final break here at Pocono, and we'll be right back to get this race going back green here in just one moment. Should be a good fight to the finish.
When I sat in the car, you always wonder what's it going to feel like. It was my first time driving a mid-engine GT car. My thoughts were, wow, this is really good for our first time in a car. I was really surprised by you're sitting low. You got the A-pillars at steep angles, the windshield's at steep angles. You can see the fender flares. I think we have a chance to win. Everything's got to go right, but I think we have a car that can win the race or be on the podium. But can you imagine how cool that would be to go back 50 years later to the year and do it?
Hi guys, I'm Scott Speed, driver of this amazing Volkswagen Beetle GRC car. I got good news for the iRacing fam. We got this coming in. I'm currently working on it myself personally to make sure that it is as accurate as possible. With the addition of dirt and now this mean car, it is going to be so fun. And it's going to be available free to all the iRacing members. Personally, I can't wait to get out there and race you guys on it.
We're back here at Pocono Speedway, about to get the pace lights shut off on the Ford Mustang pace car, waiting for them to double file. It will be Austin Marion, Benjamin Nelson, Todd Cray, Christopher Fowler, Eric Borelli. I want to bring in a driver. I want to bring in Eric Borelli, currently in 5th place right now. Hey, Eric, you got a copy?
Yeah, again, Adam.
Currently sitting in the 6th place? 5th place? What? 5th, sorry. It showed me on 6th for a second. Anyway, you started back in 8th, currently in 5th. You think you got what it takes to get up there and run with a couple of these guys?
Yeah, maybe if we had a 2-lap shootout, the car's been pushing like a freight train tonight. We've been trying to find a line, but after, maybe a handful of laps, 5-10 laps or so, it just seems to really go away. And yeah, we've been battling the poor thing all night. I'm surprised we're as up high as we are now.
Yeah, we've seen
at least keeping in the top 5.
We've seen the cars get loose, and I mean, like you said, after a few laps, it seems like the car kind of goes away. Is there anything that you can do, you think, in your mind, to try to fix it here for these next 24 laps when we go back green? You think you might be able to make an adjustment? And it looked like he was pretty fast on the longer end.
Yeah, as the tires wore down, I know the guys in front of us were starting to get a little squirrely. We were starting to close the gap on them and stuff. The problem is it's been just such a short stint of laps between cautions that if we had an extended run, we would be pretty good. But I don't know what's going to happen.
All right, man, get up there and we'll see what you can do. We'll be watching.
Thanks, I don't appreciate it.
That was the driver of the 14 car, Eric Borelli, currently sitting in the P5 spot. Keep your eye on him. I think he may have something. I don't know if he's got enough to possibly run with Benjamin or not, but I think he does got enough to possibly even run up there with Christopher Fowler and maybe even Todd and them. So we'll see. As remember, the pace car drops, we go green, and the pace car will drop in, green flag waves. And already you can see the push that the 2 is giving at 46. 46 going to have a nose out front. We're looking at possibly 3 wide going into 1. 21's thinking about it. He's still thinking about it. And he's looking to the inside. Not going to do it. Going to fall back in behind the 65 of Austin. Here comes that 2, though, with a big run through turns 1 and 2. And trying to take second. Keep your eye on Christopher Fowler, by the way. He was fast for a reason. He started second for a reason. And it looks like the 03 had to dodge a little bit there. Somebody may have scraped the wall, but he moves up to 6th place for Curtis. But here comes the 2 now working on the back bumper of the 46. Everybody else single file. Nate Anderson going to get shot up the track a little bit, and he's going to be battling James Finn now. This is a battle for 7th and the 12. Also involved in this, but however the 12 is 1 lap down. Keep your eye. Remember that. He's trying to get the lucky dog at the moment if a caution was to fly. So now you can see all the guys single file through the field. The 00 making a pit stop, it looks like. Or, yes, that is the 00 of Eric Minch coming down pit road. Here comes the 14. Trying to get a run here on the 65. 21 Todd Cray working to the outside of Austin. Remember, Austin actually stayed out, so he's got about 3 lap older tires compared to Benjamin and Christopher and all of them, but we'll see how that pays off for him at the end of this run. Started back in 10th, so track position could have been a big key for him there. We were through the tunnel turn, and it looks like Eric Borelli does get around that 65 car, so that moves Eric up to 14th now. Looking right now at the last time by, the only guy, nobody actually even really close to Benjamin right now at that clean air. It looks like somebody scraped the wall, and Nate Anderson also scrapes the wall coming out of turn 3. Don't see a ton of damage, but I've seen a couple people hit it. I don't know who the other car was. May have been at 65 or the 03. I'm not real sure who it was. This time Christopher Fowler runs really high, and he actually dives it back down to the bottom, but the race is going to be a little bit further behind him. Eric Borelli currently in 4th. Austin Mayer is starting to catch up to the bumper, but Curtis Martin working on the back bumper to 65. Will he dive to the inside here in the tunnel turn? No, he will not. He's just going to stay behind him for now. Let's see if he can get a run here in turn 3. As the 65 now looking to the low side of the 14 of Borelli, and well, I don't know if he's going to be able to take that on that low side or not. That high side seems the way to go on the exit anyway. And it looks like Nate Anderson hard into the wall possibly. Yes, but he's made it on pit road. Unfortunately, it's going to be a unsafe pit entry, but hey, you got to give him credit. At least he didn't destroy the car. Looks like he got into the wall again coming off turn 3. Curtis Martin now working the high side of the 65. It's about the only battle I see out on track right now. And it looks like Curtis will take away the 5th position. Curtis having a decent night tonight for him. Usually don't qualify too well, but races pretty good sometimes whenever he gets patient and shows patience. That's one thing Curtis does lack sometimes is patience. But he's going to have to show something here. Austin looking back to the inside. As we work off turn number... Oh, Curtis scrapes the wall again. Just scrapes it. Nothing there. But it will cost him this 5th spot for now. Anyway. And we'll be going back down to turn 1. Meanwhile, Benjamin Elson has pretty much checked out once again. 1.7 over Christopher Fowler. Last time by, Benjamin Elson, the only one in the top... Well, everybody. The only one to run a 54 last time by. And now another battle starting to heat up back here again for 5th. The 03 looking to the inside of Austin Marion into the tunnel turn. And should be able to take it there, and he will take it. But watch for the slide up. Here he comes. And completes the pass. A lot of slide jobs being put on. One good thing about dirt racing being added to iRacing is that you can actually learn how to do slide jobs the correct way. It looks like the 03 is going to run a little too wide there, but Austin's going to get loose and not be able to take that spot just yet. But they're going to still be drag racing on the front stretch. We'll see which line prevails. Austin actually does have a nose out front of him right now as we go down into turn number 1. And it looks like he's going to clear it, but here comes the crossover move from the 03. Going to be side by side through the turn again. And what a pass. If he's able to complete this pass, that's very impressive. We'll go high above, and Curtis Martin will complete the pass on the 65 for now. Up front, battle starting to heat up for 2nd. Todd Cray now working on the back of the 2 car. Pretty much where we left off. After that caution we just had a few moments ago was Todd Cray in 2nd, Christopher in 3rd. Let you know the times at the line. As by the way, I just want to say, Austin got back around Curtis going into turn 3. Wow, they're really going back and forth with that. Times at the line. Wow, Benjamin Elson 5/10 faster than everybody currently in the field. But in this battle right here with Todd Craig Christopher, Todd is just slightly a little bit faster than last time by. Unfortunately, right now 3/10 behind Christopher, so we'll have to see 4/10 now. James Finn looking on at this battle with the 03 and 65 still going on. Been watching this. It's been happening for the last, I don't know, 7 or 8 laps or so. Ever since the drop of the green flag, these two have been going back and forth for the most part. Austin started up front, but has fallen back on the older tires with 13 laps on his tires, 10 on the other guy's tires. Once again, Delaney Dunn not joining us tonight. She's out sick with a bad cold and lost her voice, and she didn't want to come on here and make people laugh, I guess, at her voice. I don't know, but she's not here and having trouble speaking, so that's why she's not broadcasting with me tonight. And that's why she hasn't been broadcasting with me last few nights, actually. I thought there was other stuff going on, but looks like that battle between fifth right now settled itself out, as Austin pulling a little bit further ahead of Curtis. Meanwhile, here we go. Second place. Here comes the battle for second. Todd Cray will take it over on the front stretch after getting a good run. It looks like the two actually scraped the wall entering. That time by Benjamin Elson once again fastest. However, Todd Cray starting to get a little faster once he made that pass. We'll see if he's able to keep that up and try to run back down Benjamin Elson, as we got 16 laps remaining here at Pocono. Be sure, guys, to go check out the website for Go Fast Racing. It is gofastracing.us. It is in the description of the description. It's in the description. The website's in the description as well. Sorry. Watching Todd Cray right now, he was able to extend a second place lead now over Christopher. I'm waiting to see what his lap time will be as he comes off turn number 3. Across the start finish line, and this time by his lap time was faster than what he ran previously, but still 4/10 slower exactly to Benjamin Nelson. And 4 seconds back. I just don't know if he's going to have enough. This is something that we've seen familiar here at Pocono. I believe it's been a Benjamin Nelson weekend, to be honest. Let me actually look this up and get the exact details, but I'm pretty sure. I know he won last night's K&N race, and I'm like 90% sure. If I'm not mistaken, I think he raced the truck race this week. Yes, he did. At Texas Motor Speedway, he was the winner as well. So Benjamin Nelson is trying to go on and sweep the weekend. Pretty much becoming the Kyle Busch of Go Fast right now. Is that 46 car out front leading the way. Hey, if you want to get involved in this league, go check these guys out, Dave. I'm serious, man. If you're not in it, like he said, you got to start somewhere. I mean, honestly, iRating it's only a number until you start learning. I mean, trust me, Benjamin Nelson started out with a very low iRating just like you did. Just like I did. Everybody else has ever done it. I know that this is honestly, in my personal opinion, you really want to learn how to get better, come in here and race with these guys. I mean, you can see they don't have very many cautions, and I mean 3 for 12 right now is not bad. Especially for the restarts here at Pocono. Usually it junks a lot of cars. So, yeah, come give them a check out. I mean, Skyler, Nate Anderson, Eric Minch, all of them guys do a great job. John Ronaldo with the sponsorships and stuff like that. A very fun league to get into. If you're looking to race, it depends what you're looking to race. If you're looking to race trucks, my personal favorites are the trucks, in my opinion. That's my favorite. And honestly, I think that's my favorite league to actually broadcast is the trucks. The Xfinity Series is fun, but I love watching the trucks just because I'm a truck top. You know, I like watching the trucks race. But it's a little bit easier, honestly. Watching the battle for 6 now. James Finn caught the back end of Curtis Martin, as this is a battle for the 6th spot. Last time by, Curtis was faster. However, it looks like he scraped the wall off the corner just a second ago. I'm not sure, but it allowed the 60 to catch up to him. And you can see to the inside, here comes James Finn. You know, the good news, though, if Benjamin Nelson does go to win this race, it's not going to hurt the championship too much. I believe it's only 8 drivers that get in to the chase, and that's going to be fun. I mean, it don't hurt, you know, him by any means. It does hurt somebody that hasn't won, of course, but yeah, it's better than somebody else getting in and you're not winning yet. So next week, guys, we go to Michigan Speedway, 94 laps. That's going to be a fun race. The BMW of Ann Arbor 188. And as well as the truck race, I believe, goes to Michigan as well. I think. No, we got a Gateway. I'm sorry. We got a Gateway next week for the trucks. And the K&N, I believe, goes to Michigan. I'm going to find this out as well. Where's the K&N off? K&N does go to Michigan next week. The truck series goes to Gateway. For the Gateway 187, 150 laps around Gateway. If y'all ain't ever seen Gateway, that's a fun track to race. It's unique in its own way. Then we go short track racing at Iowa the week after. And then on June 30th, the off week in Kentucky. And then another off week for the truck series. I'll give you a little update here on the points as well as they still run. Not much currently changed. Austin Marion has run down to 14 of Eric Borelli. But I want to give you a little update here on the points for the Xfinity Series. Currently, last week, Roy Shivano was your winner. Benjamin Nelson finished second. They had 18 lead changes, 8 cautions last week in the 125 laps. Not bad at all. However, Benjamin Nelson still your winners, or still your points leader after 11 races. This will be our 12th race after tonight. Benjamin Nelson, 7 poles, 6 wins coming into tonight. The only other drivers that got win, Eric Borelli, Roy Shivano, Anthony Burroughs, and J.R. Smith, which I don't think is in the league anymore, so I don't think theirs is actually like that. So, yeah, and as far as points go, Austin Marion currently, well, only 11 points behind Eric Minch. That could be big here tonight because Eric Minch currently running 13th. Austin currently running up in 5th, so that could be a little bit big issue there. And I don't think Eric has led a lap tonight either, so that's an extra bonus point for the 65. But he's still got his hands full as he looks to the inside of Eric. And, I'm sorry, of Jeff Lepker. But he does got his hands full right now. He's working on the 14 of Borelli out of turn number 1. Just to give everybody an update, Benjamin Nelson out to a 6.6 second lead over Todd Cray. Will pop up the top 5 here, and this will show you the distance between the leaders and the 5th place to the leader, 4th place to the leader, and so on. You can see the gap there, so about 2 seconds between Todd and Christopher right now. Biggest battle is right here for 4th place. James Finn also still working on Curtis Martin. He ain't got around him just yet. Nate Anderson back on the track, 1 lap down. Right now, if a caution was to fly, it would be John Ronaldo in that free position. He's actually battling Sean Lejeune right now for the free pass. We'll wait and see if the caution does come out. These guys are so spaced out. It's going to be tough, that's for sure. Inside, they're both passing Jeff Lepker in 09, who is back in 12th position. 3 laps down to the leader. And here comes James Finn, looking for a run on the inside of Curtis Martin. Side by side down the straightaway. And it looks like Curtis did not get to a great run off like he's been having, able to clear Jeff. So this is going to be a good race as we go down into turn 1. Curtis definitely take a little bit later arc. We'll see if he gets to run. He's going to try to cross over the 60 and gave him a little bump and moved him up out of the racing group just a little bit. I think he actually let him have that back. I'm not sure if he did or not, but yeah, he may have backed off just a little bit and let him have it. No, they're still side by side. Working into the tunnel turn. And contact almost, looked like almost net code. But they stayed off each other. Great racing back here for the 6th spot right now. We'll see, and it looks like James Finn will clear Curtis Martin going into turn 3. For now, anyway. I like that on the back of the 60 car. Oh, and there he goes. He's going to slide up a little bit too wide into turn number 1. Leave the door open for Curtis. Here he comes to the inside. Going to be side by side once again. As we go down into turn number 2. That's where they almost made contact last time. It looks like Curtis is going to slide up just a little bit there. And he does clear it, but here comes the crossover thought about by James Finn. Not going to be able to do it just yet. Curtis Martin takes back 6th place. Meanwhile, Austin Marion has ran down the 65. Oh, and there goes James Finn into the inside wall. Contact off the turn. And we're going to be looking at this one really close. Curtis may have came down on the 60 car. We'll wait and see. It looks like, oh, from that angle, it don't look too great. One more time. Curtis riding that higher line. I don't know if he got loose. It don't really look like he got loose. Kind of looks like he turned down into the 60 just a little bit. One more time. We'll hop on board. Yeah, his wheel was actually going to the right. So it looks like he may have got a little loose off turn number 3. But unfortunately, that's going to end James Finn's night, I believe. Yeah, he's on pit road. That's going to drop him back from 7th all the way back for a few spots now. Meanwhile, the race is still going on right now between the 65 and the 14. That's your biggest battle out on track, because we do got 4 laps to go, by the way. As you can see, Benjamin Nelson has pretty much gone away right now. Let's listen in now. He's got 23, coming to 24 laps. Let's ride a lap around here with Benjamin and see if we can actually hear the throttle control he was talking about at the start of the race. That's amazing he's able to hold it on the bottom like that. He's dropping all the way down to 133 miles per hour though. Get ready to hit turn 2. Let's see where he decides to run. Will he run that same line he's been running up high, then dive it to the bottom? Yep, he will. Got to 138 there. Oh, a little loose off turn 3 though that time. Wow. That's a little unique to see that. Meanwhile, Austin Marion has caught the back end of the, looks like, who is that? The 7, okay, so that is a lap down car of the 7. That's 7th place actually, who is a 1 lap down. He is your lucky dog right now. And it looks like Jeff Lupker is slow. Could be out of gas in turn 2. He's going to get towed back to pit road. Meanwhile, up front, here comes the 46, Benjamin Nelson. Through turn 3. He's about to see the check white flag. One more time around this 2.5 mile track. Todd Cray also, you see him way back there as well. Total of 10 seconds back for the 21. You know, this has got to be kind of a bittersweet thing for Todd Cray. He's got to be happy with finishing, you know, up there, but at the same time, he's got to be a little disappointed. It's 2 times in a row now finishing the Benjamin Nelson at Pocono. And actually, I take that back. That's 3 times this week. That is something we don't see very often. Benjamin Nelson sweeps the weekend, most likely, coming through turn 3. And Todd Cray finishes second to him 3 times. So, it's going to be an interesting conversation to talk to him. But here we go through turn number 3. And Benjamin Nelson is going to win here at Pocono. And pick up his 7th win of the year. Meanwhile, here comes Todd Cray now at the exit of turn 2. 3, he's going to finish second, followed by Christopher Fowler. Eric Borelli is going to be close at the line, side by side, and it will be the 14 wins by nose. Austin Marion finishes in 5th. Great run there. Curtis Martin will finish in 6th with a good run. Sean Lejeune will finish 7th. John Ronaldo, Nate Anderson, and Raymond Tollin in your top 10. Meanwhile, it's time for a celebration. Benjamin Nelson picks up the win yet again here at Pocono, and third race win of the week for Go Fast, or for the Go Fast Racing League. One in the Dynamox Truck Series, one in the Lazy Dayz K&N Series, and one here in the Lazy Dayz Xfinity Series. He's going to come to a stop here. Bring in the 46. Benjamin Nelson. Hey, Benjamin, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, alright, so let's sum this all up. Thursday night Truck Series at Texas, you win. Todd Curry finishes second. Last night, K&N, you win. Todd Curry finishes second. Tonight, you come in here, lead 56th lap, you win. Todd Curry finishes second. That's a unique situation. Talk us through your night, man. What was the biggest challenges you faced?
The biggest challenge.
And don't know what happened there, guys, but I think we just disconnected. Not sure what just happened, but
I got disconnected.
Yeah, I did too. Trying to get back in here. Give me just a second. There we go. All right. Yeah. All right. So you come in here and talk us through. There we go. Talk us through your night. Sorry. There we go. Talk us through your night, man. What was your biggest challenge you faced?
The biggest challenge was essentially not being in the lead. It was a huge trouble to pass people because the car was pretty tight, and when you got beside people, it would just push so bad. But especially if you're on the bottom, I got into Christopher Fowler's door, and I was hoping he didn't get too much incident from that. And Todd and I had such a great battle. I want to hand him some credit too, because that was so much fun.
Speaking a little bit when you was working in traffic, how much important is clean air here? Is that a big importance to have as well?
Yeah, for one, it allows you to spot your entrance to the corner. That's really crucial here because your brake points, especially in the tunnel turn, are really, really important. And the clean air itself is good too because you get that front downforce. For this car, it needs it. It just doesn't turn very good.
Still managed to bring it home and finish first. Another win for you. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, all my YouTube followers at the channel in there to it, and Todd Cray man, that was so much fun. I can't overstate it. It was so much fun, and you guys, or you for this time, I guess, for putting on such a great broadcast, and everybody at Go Fast Lazy Dayz Racing. They're all such great people. I love racing with them, and also I want to give a shout out to my team, Nexus Esports. They're behind me all the time.
As always, man. Good job. And talk to you soon. Great run. And good win.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. That was your winner. Next up, we're going to interview second place. Here he comes now, Todd Cray, who brings it home second tonight. Hey, Todd, you got a copy?
Yep, got you.
Well, let me ask you this. I'm going to ask you the same thing I did Benjamin. Thursday night, you finished second to Benjamin. Friday night, you finished second to Benjamin. And tonight, you finished second to Benjamin. For one, I know you're a little frustrated with finishing second to Benjamin. But other than that, talk us through your night. You look like you had a really fast car there for a long time, especially in the first part of the run.
Yeah, this is kind of like deja vu here. I'll tell you, man, Benjamin is just, I can explain it. I had crashed in qualifying, went to the back, took 2 tires, got back into things, and once we had a caution, I figured, hey, we have 4 tires, let's see what we got. And me and Benjamin, we ran some good laps, but there was just no holding the back. I mean, that's pretty much all I can say, and it was just rough.
The question I got for you now, you started way back in the 16th. How tough is the restarts at this place, man? It looked hectic from where I was watching it. How tough and how hard is the restarts in here at Pocono?
I had it really hard for because going down in the one's a tough spot. You got to watch where yourself. A couple times I put myself in a situation to have to back out, but I think a lot depends on your line too. When that line goes, just kind of go with it and just hope everybody breaks at the right time. It's hard to see getting into one, so it's a challenge. It's a challenge, but you can make up a lot of spots there. If things work your way.
You showed you're one of the best for the last few weeks now, finishing second, of course, the last 3 races in a row, for this week anyway. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Center Force TV for putting it on. Go Fast Racing, Lazy Dayz. Missing my boy Big A Longstreet tonight. He's supposed to be in my spot and booth. Missed him tonight, so had to get on him a little bit and get some more testing in and try to give Benjamin a little bit more of a challenge as these weeks go on. I'll be honest, I want to get to some short tracks.
You're getting there. You're getting close to taking that win away. You can see it. So you're being faster every week. So good job, man. Congratulations, second place.
All right, thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Next up, Christopher Fowler will come into the booth. Hey, Christopher, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, man, you started second, but you finished third. But that's still got to be a win, honestly. Well, not really a win, but you got to be happy with a third-place finish, considering Pocono's a very tough track. Talk us through your night.
It seemed like the car went through 3 transitions where it went from loose to tight to loose. And it just seemed to throw you through a loop whenever
Next week we go to a really different track. We go to Michigan, and completely different track compared to Pocono. How do you expect you're going to do it, Pocono? Do you enjoy, or not Pocono? How do you think you'll do it, Michigan? Do you enjoy Michigan? It is a little bit faster track, I believe. Of course, banking wise is way better. But how do you feel about going to Michigan next week?
I most likely will not be there because I have a family trip scheduled.
Oh, okay. Well,
so,
that's good.
but if I did go there, I would say watch for tire wear because it's fast corners.
Now you come in here. I was looking for you in the points. I couldn't find you. I don't think you're in the top 5 yet. No, not yet.
No, I haven't raced many races in the league.
So. Other than that, when because you was actually working on Todd Cray there towards the end, what was you needing, do you think, to be able to get up there and pass him and possibly get up there and run with Benjamin Nelson?
About 2,000 more iRating, I think.
Well, man, it was still fun to watch you. You actually had a really fast car, so that was always fun. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Lazy Day Racing, they put this together. Well, Nate and Skyler put this together, but I think those guys, and I think Chris Grosso, because I spot for him on Thursdays and Wednesdays, and I kind of watching him help me learn how to drive the track real good. So he's always a good guy to learn from. Yeah.
I mean, you're doing a great job.
And Eric Barrel, I can't never pronounce his name, but Eric, he put the whole team together. Yeah. I can never pronounce his name.
I had trouble too. Don't worry.
yeah.
Good job, man. Seriously, that was a great run. I know, your iRating's a little bit lower than some of the guys, but hey, don't let that affect you. You did a great job, honestly. That's tough to run around some of these guys, so great job, and congratulations, third place.
All right, thanks, Adam.
Thanks, man. Third place for Christopher Fowler. We're going to look real fast at our results. Benjamin Nelson picks up the win. 3 races here this week for him in Go Fast Racing League. Todd Cray will finish second to Benjamin Nelson 3 times this week as well. Christopher Fowler, good run for that 2 car, honestly. Eric Borelli brings it home in a nice 4th place finish. Big run for him. Austin Marion, that's big for him in the points, will finish in the 5th place. Curtis Martin, Sean Lejeune finish 6th and 7th. John Ronaldo, Nate Anderson finishes in 9th. Nate had a little trouble on pit road. He was definitely faster than that. So unfortunately for him, he can't be too happy. 10th place, Raymond Tollinen will finish in the 10th place. Back in 11th, James Finn, after what was weird, by the way, coming out of turn 3. Strange still, in my opinion. But Jeff Wupker finishes in 12th. Eric Minch, Skyler Allen finishes 14th. Daryl Rector finishes in 15th. 16th goes to Lee Blomquist, and 17th goes to Aaron Fowler after a big wreck out early on in this race. I think that does it all. Skyler, Nate, y'all have anything to say if y'all are still in here? Okay. So that does it for us tonight. We'll be back tomorrow. CFR Championship, 7:55 p.m. Eastern. We'll be back here next week with these guys on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching. As always, God bless, and talk to y'all soon.
And the other three will get a little bit of a jump at the start. Benjamin Nelson will not jump